The NBA Finals Game 6 bomb edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code BOMBS. That's promo code BOMBS. And now, with that, we say a lot of things.
We got the full car wash.
Who's the best guy around?
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
It's bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
Bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I'm not a fucking loser!
Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, a show that is picks with bits for tobacco use only. I am the host, the laddie daddy, the bet detective. Scumbagger Vance, the man in the box, CJ Sullivan. Yes, and we are here now live from Eagle Rock, California, or Los Angeles on a hot Wednesday, June 18th, middle of the summer, recording live from the studio. If you're listening live, if you're on X maybe, on old Elon's site, pop on over to YouTube. You can join the chat much easier that way. If you're listening in your car on a later date, enjoy it. Enjoy the monotone smoothness and the stylings of the man in the box. I'm going to get you home. I'm going to get you home from traffic. I'm going to bring you home from work. I want to get you to work. Hell, I might get you to Sedona if you listen to me on repeat. Don't forget on Fridays, you get the bonus episode of the $20 to 20 million, which we will have an update for today. A temporary update. If you're watching, yes, the Oilers lost last night, so that put a little bump in the road. I'll get to that a bit. We'll also talk about the NBA Finals Game 6, which is tomorrow between Pacers and Thunder. I'll also have some Travelers Champ bombs for you. The next, I think it's the last good PGA event before the majors. So we'll give out some bombs for that. I'll have a man in a box. If you were looking live and you're looking at me right now, I'm rocking the Oilers hat. Let me put a little close up for the box here. Still rocking the Oilers hat because this is the phase I'm at now with the $20 to 20 million. You get the I'm at least going to get a hat out of this. I'm glad they didn't have an Edmonton Oilers hat. That's the worst. This hat, this Tennessee Titan Houston Oiler hat, much smoother hat. It's a conversation starter, I've realized. I forgot that I'm wearing it. I mean, I don't forget that I'm wearing it, but I forgot that it is what it is, and I bought it as a joke because they didn't have Edmonton Oiler hats, and I have this. And so now when I go out and about in the city, it's weird. People talk you up. They assume you're a fan of the Tennessee Titans, which I only think they do to white people. Only white people are not allowed to wear, sports gear of something they're not a fan of, because we don't have the style.
Cultural gap.
Yeah, it is big time.
I'm just saying. Black people, they get to wear any hats they want and claim it because it matches their outfit. White people, you better be a fan of it and be ready to discuss that team. And that's what I got. I was at the liquor store yesterday, got a 6-pack of Heineken Zero. I was going to get ready for the Oilers game, wearing the hat. Buddy's like, the guy behind the counter, kid, he's younger. He's like, hey, you must be upset, huh, when the Titans throw those throwback uniforms and have those Oilers. So now she claimed I'm a Houston Oiler fan, which I'm doing a little character work. I adapted it, I was like, it sucks. You should new team. You should leave the nickname alone. Like the Utah Jazz, that's a joke. There's no oil in Tennessee. Start your new thing. Congratulations, you stole our team. Now it's like a disheartened Houston Oiler fan. They ripped our team from us. And when we got a new one, we called ourselves the Texans. Brand new, that's all. And then he's like, I know. Like the Supersonics, they didn't go to Oklahoma City. They took the Thunder. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're right. And then he goes on to tell me the origin story of why it's called the Thunder in Oklahoma City. It's actually an interesting story. And I'm literally out holding the door open to leave this place. Okay, really? What is it? What's the origin story of the Thunder? And it's something to do with jet fuel, and it was loud and whatever. Well, I'm like, that's interesting. That is definitely interesting. And I mean, good for him. Good little conversation. Nothing wrong with a little chit chat, but that's what happens when you wear a hat. There's John. He says, "What's up, Pet Detective? You get a bomb Ken hat?" Yes. Ken, welcome to the chat. He gives me a laugh face, probably about my cultural gap, fashion chit chat. People like to chit chat the whites in football. Just now, I was at the gas station across the street. The owner's kid, great place. Had to pop in there. Just got myself a Snapple. That's all I wanted. You know, it's on the way here to see where I park. He goes, "Big Titan fan, huh?" What? Yeah, sure. Yeah, huge Titan fan. Cam Ward, you got Cam Ward. I'm like, yeah. Something to look forward to. Then I start getting into the, I'm a hard beaten Titan fan. I mean, last year was such a mess with Will Levis. I know Will Levis is so bad. I don't even want him talking to my guy Cam Ward. But I don't dismiss it, because in Los Angeles, as Sean Green pointed out before the show, there's not too many people that randomly talk sports here in Los Angeles. So you kind of got to savor that. So good for them. And here he is. I like the Soiler hat. But yep, I adopted the team. And I even got some cards when Sean and Ryan did some card ripping. And they gave me the Titans rookies because of this Oiler hat. Why did he? Oh, because of the Will Levis price thing. It's a long inside joke. Anyway, college football team previews are back on the College Experience. Colby Dant, who is flying in right now to Los Angeles, he is in the sky, coming from his boondock hills in North Carolina. He is somewhere probably, it's probably somewhere over Chicago right now, because he gets in a couple hours. Flying in the sky. I don't know if he got a Frontier or whatever. Anyway, Colby Dant and Moneyline Mac, they preview every FBS college football team, and you don't want to miss it. I even hop in on some of those. I mean, hell, there's like 180 of them. You gotta help out. Anyway, all right, let me get back to the wide shot there of the thing. All right, like I said, we got a lot to talk about today. I'll talk to the $20 million Oilers. I'll recap that. I'll give the NBA bombs. We'll do some golf bombs, man in the box. I do got to tell you about Monday night, though. Last I left you, I was going to the Dodger game, and I did. And it was not just a game. It was an event. Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Place was electric. People were actually there early. Dodger fans, can you believe it? Not just the fact that they're playing the Padres on a hot Monday, but I mean, they opened the gates early, 4:00. There were still 10,000 empty seats. Don't want to fool you. I mean, it was packed for a Dodgers game early. Dodgers games packs them in, but never early. But they were there because the show was going to pitch. But I bet the 10,000 people that spent like $600 for a ticket that showed up late, who thought Shohei was going to pitch the whole game, was very disappointed. Like I said, we got lucky. My man Vinny Tickets we got tickets to that game before they made that secret announcement. Everything in LA is a secret menu, secret VIP restaurants. You got to know where to find it. And even Shohei pitching was a secret. They announced it late Sunday night. And it was kind of wild. So he's going out there. He's just walking to the bullpen. The place is going nuts. Pitch 80% of his life, I think, is posing for pictures. He's just posing. Everyone's taking photos of him. Just to loosen up in the bullpen. They're going crazy. I mean, the guy pitched for 6 years in Anaheim, but who's going to go to Anaheim? It's crazy. You ever tried to drive to Anaheim and during traffic? It's like 2 hours. It takes you 20 minutes to get back, but it takes 2 hours to get there. Then he gets on the mound, and the place is going even crazy. And he's only throwing one inning. Sean Green was up there, up in the who knows what seats were there. He was at. He didn't have the elite seats that I have. I was sending him videos of the game just in case he couldn't see it. But it was a bullpen game. It was basically a glorified bullpen game, and he was the opener. Or I just thought the Dodgers started pitching their position players early because that's what they do all of a sudden. Kike Hernandez, let's just start with Shohei out there. We had an over strikeout parlay we went with, and he did. You're right. He did get Machado to go all the way around, and I don't know why that umpire didn't ring him up. I can't believe umpires love to ring up Machado. He went all the way around. The place would have went crazy. And he says no go. I don't know if it was, I don't know what the situation is. If it was sensitivity for all the immigration things going on in LA right now, but he should have rung Machado up. We all wanted it. He got 2 strikes and he threw 100 with Shohei. It was just wild. I mean, the whole experience was wild. Then of course they won, and when they won, I mean, it was like a real playoff game. It was incredible. John wants to know, was the parking situation everything I expected? You're damn right it was. Although I did make a mistake leaving that I'll chalk it up to lesson. So we did gate C to get in, which is Academy Gate, I believe. Right straight shot to lot H. I mean, right there in center field. You walk, hop, step, and it's up. And then that was amazing. I took a selfie. I didn't take any selfies inside the stadium. You know, people do that pose. Here I am at Dodger Stadium. People seen that. I've seen that. I don't care about that. But that lot H, whew, I took a picture of that right next to the H. That's it on my fridge. That's on my Instagram. The parking pass is next to the fridge, next to the second one. It was amazing. Now getting out of there, that's where usually when the money comes in, where you get that escort. And I kind of got cocky because we took our times getting out of there. And I had to drop Vinny back off over here in Eagle Rock. So I took a left. And where I should have just went right and going right to the 110 and got shot right out. But I took a left. I'm like, this is a better route to your place. No. And then I was with the plebeians where the street parking was. Oh, my God. It was disgusting. It was like being right in the middle of the downtown riots. It's like, get me out of here. We waited for 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck this. I did a U-turn, got out of there, and got out of there clean. So it wasn't a 10 out of 10 lot H situation, but that was on me. That was my fault. Had nothing to do with them. I would never badmouth lot H or gate D to get out. Gate C to get in, gate D to get out. Anyway, the game itself was great. Dodgers won last night. Ken had a nice live bet on them last night. Yeah, that was a nice bank. They exploded. The Dodgers offense is exploding. Dodger overs are just absolutely killing it. John said it cost him a nerfy, that check swing. It's true, because then Machado hit the sack fly, and that was the run, and Tatis beat the tag. That was awful. Channing Brown, welcome to the chat. The game took a while, and that's even with the new rules, because it was a bullpen game, and all of a sudden Roberts is like, 2 outs. He's going in there, lefty, righty. I'm like, oh, good God. But it finally picked up towards the end. It's still startling, not startling, but, you get taken back by the pitch clock and the throw over once, the new rules. I just love how all the new rules in baseball is less baseball. That's basically what it is. Yeah, we want less of this. You know what'll get more people to watch? If we do less of what we do. So pitch the ball, then pitch the ball again. Throw it over once, and that's it. Face 3 batters. No more pitchers. No more of this. Get in there and do it, and let's do less baseball. Extra innings, put a guy out there. Get this over with. Let's get everybody home. That's our plan to get people to watch, and I agree. I just like how baseball got together and said, we got a problem. What's our problem? I think our problem is baseball. We give them too much baseball. Let's make some rules that cuts down on all, what we do. Everything we do. Let's just cut down on all of it. Arguments with the ump. Yeah, make it robots. Stop it. Make it replay. Who cares? Just enough of wasting time. But it makes a pleasure experience. We did get out of there, although it was a 3-hour game. Glorified. That's what happens in a glorified bullpen game. But then it was credible. Shohei, what was awesome was Shohei pitching the first inning, and then he leads off. I mean, they batted him first. Roberts, Jesus, can you drop him down to 3? He didn't even go in a dugout. He runs over to the sideline, puts on all his pads. Next thing you know, he's up. He's up at the plate. Let's go. It's like a high school tournament. We don't got time for this. And I don't know what he did. He struck out. He wound up having a couple couple knocks that night. I know he was bad last night. He struck out 4 times last night. The golden sombrero, which was only the 6th time I think in his career he's done that. But it doesn't matter. The most important thing, it was a memory and it was an event. Why? Because of Lot H parking Gate D for Dodgers. Also seeing the greatest baseball player on the planet pitch for his first time in a year and a half. That was all. I'll remember that too, I guess. But not as much as I'll remember the parking. Speaking of memories and things that you'll never forget, Circa Casino, which is always creating memories, they're giving away an ultimate fantasy football giveaway. I love Circa Casino. I was just there for their summer special. I'm thinking about going back in a little bit in a couple weekends with Ryan. We might drive out there together because I have some work to do as far as the $20 20 millions. So who knows? But Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league. To draft in Vegas, be treated like VIPs. You get a limo ride, $5,000 tab for stadium swim. I've been there. You get a nice day bed. You got to hit a number there. You get the corn dog platter. It's like a 8th grade boy's like fantasy, but if you're an adult, all the food's like chicken fingers and hot dogs, and alcohol. You get 50% off always at Circa Properties with the promo code SGP15. So enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamingpodcast.com/Circa. That's sportsgamingpodcast.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by MyBookie, the sports book for not just SGPN, but for you. That's not a saying. I just made it a saying. But MyBookie, wherever I bet, he bets. It's your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA Finals. Accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. A bet I like on MyBookie, which I'll get to later on in the NBA. I think I'm going to play that over. 221.5. Why not with the pace? I know closeout games kind of go under. They tend to go under, but I'm not playing it under in that series. No, what the hell fun is that? Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back now here in the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy. Now, let's talk a little $20 into $20 million. Last night, the Edmonton Oilers did not show up for the second game in a row, and they lost the Stanley Cup to the Florida Panthers. They got blown out 5-1. Pretty pathetic. Very disappointing. I'm not even mad at Florida fans winning the Stanley Cup again, back to back. I've kind of resolved myself. Although I will say this about Florida fans: when you win the Stanley Cup, there's a rule in hockey. When the commissioner comes out to present it, Gary Bettman, you boo him. That's universal. You don't cheer for the damn commissioner. You boo him mercifully. I don't care if you just won the championship. It's tradition. They don't know that, though. They're Nubians. That's fine. So, yeah, the Oilers didn't show up. McDavid didn't show up. People were like, don't blame McDavid. I'm blaming McDavid. Do something. Put some shots on net. We missed that prop. We hit the Corey Perry prop, but we missed Connor McDavid. My God. It's hockey. That's the problem. And if you know, I put out a video today, C-Generates. Make sure you subscribe to me at CJ Sullivan on X, under CJ Sullivan _. The YouTube, Bottom Line Bombs. Give me a thumbs up. I put out the short there. And on my Instagram, at CJ Sullivan was taken _ between each word. My latest installment, I watched the game, and I updated it. And I come to the same terms every time. It's hockey. You believe in hockey every summer. You join the ride. You don't know what's going on, but it's a hell of a ride. And so you talk yourself into it. It's like young love. You're like, and we can do it. All we need is our belief in each other. I didn't care that Edmonton no-showed at home on a Saturday night, Game 5, when they had all the momentum in the world. Like, they just wanted to make it dramatic for a Game 7. McDavid's going to get this in their building, exercise some demons, and then win it at home at a cup. I did that. And then immediately, 2-0, like, they're not going to do that. This is over. What am I doing? And so then, once you realize what hockey did to you, you feel embarrassed. You feel not disgusted, but you're like, good God. You have shame. You have shame for believing in hockey. But the good thing about it is, and I've said this before, there's no emotional attachment to hockey. Like, you get into it, you love the ride, but then you know it's going to come to an end. And once it's gone, you wipe your hands like a blackjack dealer and you are done. You forgot you even liked it. You look back like, oh, what was I thinking? It's like a summer fling. You know, like you're in high school, like a lifeguard meets a girl at a camp, and they have their families don't like each other. They both know this isn't going to last. You got to go back to school or college. I'm a townie. I got a girlfriend back here too. This isn't going to last. I got football I got to get back to. You're going to be cool, hockey, right? You're not going to tell football about this. This is just a little fun we're having. And that's what happened. The Oilers lost. I was like, fuck them. And now they love talking about how Canada hasn't won a cup in 32 years and stuff like that. And I used to feel bad for it. Not anymore. You know what, Canada? You don't deserve the Stanley Cup. First of all, look at the celebration of the cup. That's what's one of the great things about the Stanley Cup is it's the best trophy. Each hockey player gets it for a day. They bring it out into town. They get drunk in it. First of all, they give it I love how immediately it goes from the white glove treatment of people like they're bringing in like the Mona Lisa, tuxedos and white gloves. Then they hand it to these bearded drunks who puke in it and, they're doing pink cocaine in it or whatever the hell the Stefan Diggs stuff is. They're doing beer bongs out of it. And they bring it around town. And that summer, it goes around town, and it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to bring around. It defines law. You could go through traffic with it. If you hold the cup, you go through traffic. Everything stops. There's trackers. I was in Chicago when the Blackhawks were on their run, and there were fun summers. You would know where the cup is, and everyone would flood to it because they would drink with you. Hockey players drink with you. It's not like NBA where they're in nightclubs or NFL. I mean, these guys are getting DUIs next to you. They're men of the people. But the point is, the cup looks better in Florida. It's out on the beaches. It's on speedboats. It's on cigarette boats. It's on jet skis. It's at the Empty Bottle, whatever. Some beach bar. Some bikini girls in there doing Jello shots in there. We don't want to see this fucking cup at the mall in Edmonton or in the farms up there with you idiots denting it. I mean, of course, it's going to get dented anyway. Let's get some pictures with it. Let's get this Instagram ready. It's the cup. It's bigger than you, Canada. That's what it is, Stanley. You might have invented hockey. You might love hockey more than we do, and you do. And that's the only reason why I feel bad. It means so much to Canada. It does. And it means so little when we lose. We love it when we win because we're Americans. We love a winner. And that cup is bigger than you now. So sorry, Edmonton. How about you care a little bit? How about you show up at Game 5 or Game 6 for that matter? Put a little bit. That's right, Ken says. Hockey is a side chick. Absolutely. You don't want them crossing paths with football. It gets embarrassing. So we lost. It's all right. Florida Panthers obviously deserved it. They were the better team, no doubt about it. Sean, who was also at Edmonton, we were saying, what if they just would have won that game 2 in overtime? I don't think that would have changed anything, to be honest with you. If Edmonton would have won game 2 in overtime, gone up 2-0, then I don't think Edmonton comes back in game 4. I think Florida wins 4 straight no matter what. I mean, they dominated. Part of the problem was they weren't good at 5-on-5. In the beginning, I was complaining about all the penalties, and then they didn't call any penalties. I'm like, go back to calling penalties. We're not good 5-on-5. They are tougher than us. They weren't even coming close to scoring goals. They just like one shot and that's it. Whatever. Like I said, you know what? Here I am looking back at my old fling relationship with hockey. Let's move on. So the $20 to $20 million, just to keep you updated on that. Quick recap. Started with $20 bill, and I'm trying to get to $20 million. trying to get to 21 million by winning the Circa Survivor contest and maybe the Circa Millions. I wanted to get the max entries of 10 entries, which is $1,000 each, and 1 million, which is $1,000 each as well. So that'd be 11,000. We turned $20 into 500 when we gave out a pleaser, 25-1. Then we bet 300 of that on a Eagles Chiefs exacta ticket, 17-1 to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That hit. So next thing you know, we were at 5,000. We turned $20 to 5,000 pretty quickly. And then I shoved that 5,000 on the Thunder to win the West at -120. We hit that, obviously. And now we're at 9,100-ish, something like that, which would have gave me 8 Survivor entries and 1 Circa Million, but that wasn't the goal. I wanted to get 10. So I drove to Vegas and I did a series parlay of the Edmonton Oilers and Thunder to win around 2,500, and now that lost. So now we are back down to 7. We'll call it 7,000. Although it's a little under because I got in some shenanigans when I was out in Vegas. I'll make up for that, though. That's not part of the content. As far as the content goes, and it is true, we're down to 7,000-ish. So I'm resolute by... I'm not... I mean, no, we didn't...
You lost it all. No. Yeah. Technically. Technically?
We didn't lose it all. First of all, and even once we do lose it all, and I'm not saying that's going to happen because we're still focused. This road, we just had a hiccup. It's a hockey hiccup. Nothing more. Let me go wide for this one. We'll just bring it down. We'll just bring it down to we're not going to do the max entry now, or we still might do a few more bets to see what happens. But I do have a little wiggle room. But I'm sufficed with getting 5 entries now. In 1 Circa Million. So that would be 6,000. And then I have some leftovers, get some proxies, maybe some futures. But who knows? That's still a long way to go. I won't go below that. I do not want to lose it all. And if we do lose it all, eventually, in the Survivor contest, I can say, hey, listen, all I lost was $20. It was their money. It was all their money. That's the genius of this plan. Even though I have their money in my pocket, it still doesn't count. It's their money. I started with $20 of my money. And that was the thing with the Survivor contest. For a while, I was like, I would be using my money. I'm like, why am I using my money to enter this stuff when they have a bunch of money? Circa Casino, they have so much money there. Let me just use their money. If you go to the window or their app or whatever, and you just, you say the right words to them, they'll give you a piece of paper. And then it'll turn into something. And then that'll turn into money. And then you give that paper back to them. You say some more words to them. They give you another piece of paper. And it just keeps going from there. And eventually it winds up with me getting $20 million. So I personally, I don't see how this plan loses. At $20 invested, we're at 7,000. We're fine. So I'll tell you what the next step is when I get to it. Maybe it'll be Vegas a little bit, but if not, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at 5 entries now and a Circa Million. Although I do have a gap now of the max entries. Now I have other people coming out to me say, "Hey, can I get an entry? Giving it on your proxy." Well, maybe for a fee. Maybe we can work out something like that. But that's not what we're talking about. But anyway, it happens. There is the British Open coming up. And program alert, I should say this. And a lot of the reasons why I made this bet, hockey and NBA and all that stuff, because we all know the NBA game, which is tomorrow, might be the last game before, we only have baseball. Oh my God, that's not what we want, right? And it's just baseball. That's just going to be, oh, man.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh, my God.
But that's only a month. But the next thing you know, you get that month of July, and it's a hot month. That's why people take vacations. Because baseball, I have nothing against baseball. But betting baseball, not easy. And sweating baseball, and you just getting that. See, baseball to me, it's an odd sport where it's better to hear baseball than it is to watch baseball. Like I would rather listen to baseball on a radio than watch it on TV. Or I'd rather actually read baseball. It's the best read sport. I'll read a baseball box score before I watch a baseball game. You listen to it on the radio while you mow your lawn. That's good summer baseball. You read the box scores in the morning. That's baseball. Watching it on TV, ooh, that's not baseball.
Goddamn son of a bitch!
But it's still great anyway. So that's why I wanted to do it. So that's coming on. So there is the British Open coming up. Maybe I'll do a few plays on that. Who knows? Who knows where we might go? But then program alert. I know that after July 4th weekend's coming up. I'll be doing shows up until then. Maybe I'll be in Vegas to do the VSiN show. The following week, I'd probably be off. I think the man in the box might take a little road vacation that week, do some shows, whatnot, stretch out, and then come back for that British Open week. And then it's all football. Then it's all NFL.
We got the full car wash!
Can you believe it? I mean, it's around the corner. Football is around the corner. So I'll be doing my 3 and outs, which is team previews. I'll bring in all guests for that. We'll have a new Hard Knocks. I talked to Liev Schreiber. He's up for doing more narration of Hard Knocks. So we're going to have some good training camps once that starts. We do have, of course, I'll have some talk about the other sports. I'll talk baseball. Feach says, what? No WNBA talk? I always talk a little late. Hey, you joke, Feach, but I love some lady talk.
She always knows her place. She's got style. She's got grace. She's a winner.
I like playing WNBA. I like that market, to be honest with you. I don't like the discourse that comes with it. That's exhausting. I mean, even last night, Caitlyn got knocked around and the people were just like, she should just form her own league in Russia or something. Let the WNBA burn. Like, calm down. My God, do you not understand? They don't. This is what they do. They're very mean lesbians. They foul hard.
Dancing for ladies!
You just got to let them be. Let them do what they do. So I don't get any of their discourse talk. But I'll give out some lady plays, of course. I'm just joking around with everybody. But, and then the UFL ended.
Oh, is there anything better than the UFL? Oh, that was so good.
But that ended on a high note. All right. Okay. Time's getting away from me. All right. Let's take let me take a quick break I'm not supposed to say take a quick break ad read. I'm supposed to just go right into it like it's natural. I'm supposed to say Underdog. I'm supposed to act like Underdog is just a natural thing to talk about, like part of my show. That's what they want me to do. That's what the big wig said. Act like you're just, chatting up Underdog, give out your plays and whatnot. All right, I will. And I do have an Underdog play, for sure. It's time for bonus Underdog Pick'em. It's going for as long as the NBA Finals goes, the extender bonus. Hop into game one. The longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. A Pick'em entry I like on that one, and I'll let's see. I'll give you an Underdog Pick'em entry I like. I'll give you I'll go Chet Holmgren higher than 14.5 points. I think Chet Holmgren has a nice game. And you got to go Siakam over higher than 21.5. Do you hear me, lawyers? It's all Siakam now. It's all Siakam nowadays. It's all ball bearings nowadays. Anyway, sign up with promo code BOMBS. Claim your special pick. First time deposit up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm's going to bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you with props. You heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. Those are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and high ROI. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. A power trend that Rhythm likes is Kenrick Williams, the other Williams. over a half of assist at -120. I kind of like that. How can you not? I love a play where you just need one thing to happen. Kenrich Williams, first of all, you got to get in the game. Second, if you do, pass the ball. Because we're sick of watching you shoot. So 1 assist, rhythm. I might tail that. That's a fun play. I will tell that. Kenrich Williams over half of assist. So get your 7-day free trial today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And we are back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy, the man in the box. The Bet Detective, Scumbagger Vance. There will be a little Scumbagger Vance. I'll give some golf bombs first, but I do have to talk about this NBA Game 6 since it is on the thumbnail. I did a very uncreative thumbnail because I used one of those legal images and I'll give you landscapes of the city. So I thought it was kind of funny. Just my head, the trophy in the city of Oklahoma. But this game will be in Indiana, of course. This line keeps moving because of Tyrese Halliburton's injury, obviously. He did not show up. He got hurt. He didn't play well, but he also got hurt. God damn, it was ESPN, which has been horrendous covering this NBA Finals. It's so funny. I mean, they are so bad, and everyone complains about it on Twitter, and then they're making changes midstream just listening to NBA Twitter, which I've always claimed on here. Black Twitter, NBA Twitter, they run the league. They deserve money. That's why they don't care about TV ratings, because the whole league is content, memes and shit. It's humiliating players that do bad. Tyrese Halliburton, the greatest player in the league after game 1. Then he has a bad game 2. Then there's a meme of him. Then there's a picture of him acting sassy, if you will. They just make it so homophobic. Here's Halliburton when I got money on him. There's just some, flaming gay guy. Anyway, they run the league. It's like, where are the introductions? All right, we'll do the introductions. And they make a big announcement of it. But Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith have been unbearable. They're like rooting for Halliburton to be bad. It's so crazy. First, you had Stephen A. Smith like threatening him on his show. Like, I've had bigger players come at me. How'd that work out for me? How'd that work out for me? Would you bury him or something? My God. He's fucking out of his mind. I mean, I get it. And I've always said the problem is he makes so much money. He gets like $100 million that they have to use him everywhere. And he has the power. Because they want to use it. They want to get their money's worth. So they're paying him for what he does in the morning for that First Take show, which is what it is. Whatever. I don't like it, but I get why it's successful. But then you turn it into a pregame show. It's 2 different shows. So now he's threatening people. And he says, I'm happy Halliburton got hurt. Oh, my God. It's just insane. So the games have been good. And, hold on. I'm having a little mouse problem here. Sorry. As the chat goes in here, Feach says, as a European fan, I don't care about small markets, but ESPN covers the final series like it's preseason. It's true. And they love telling you no one cares about the small markets. Nobody cares about the small markets anymore. That's not even a thing. The TV ratings are going to be TV ratings. You don't have a small market problem, NBA. You have an ESPN problem. That's the problem. The coverage is terrible. And they make it like a regular season game. And then they try, like Van Pelt afterwards, try to say, on the biggest stage. And like, that doesn't really feel like a biggest stage. In the arena, it does, I'm sure. That's what all the reports say. But the way ESPN shows it, they don't show anything. It's just because they have, whatever. Let's get to the game. So Halliburton, I'm doing what they want you to do. Talk about them. That's the thing with the ESPN and Stephen A. Smith. He doesn't care if he's wrong or if he's right. That's what people don't get. He had a take the other day of how Giannis is an underachiever. And Jay Williams went off on a 3-minute rant, how that's a ridiculous take, and starts listing all his credits. And Stephen A's just rolling his eyes at him. He's just like, whatever, He's like, he's a champion and all this stuff. Like, okay, whatever. And I kind of agree with Stephen A on this point. Not that Giannis is underrated or underachiever. He's not. But I agree with him rolling his eyes at Jay Williams because, Jay, do you not get it? Do you not get I don't mean what I say? They pay me $100 million just to say shit to get people angry or just to react? That's what I do all the time. I get reactions and I get people talking about me. That's my job. So arguing it point by point is futile. It's ridiculous to even bring up. You could tell me to take the opposite side. He's an overachiever. I can say that too. I just flip a coin. I don't mean anything. You see him, he's playing solitaire during the goddamn game. It doesn't matter. And I said, now people are understanding that he doesn't follow along and care. I mean, whatever. He cares, but all right. So the line is what? 5.5, 6 now, 221.5 because Halliburton probably will play. He's going to play 100%. How healthy will he be? I don't know. But the fact that the Pacers didn't play McConnell fourth quarter was kind of odd. And I get you have to play your stars and give him a chance, but fuck that. McConnell was running the ship. Dude, Kane brought the pain. And I said, and I've been playing these props all series long, we got a white-on-white battle. A Waz release, White Angle Sports.
Give it up for the exciting Whites!
TJ McConnell's been incredible. Caruso's been great. Didn't have the best game last game, but he will this week, tomorrow. So 2 props I'm going with. Alex Caruso over 9.5 points. Bomb that. And McConnell over 18.5 PAR because even though it's a high number, I don't care. First of all, he might start the whole game if Halliburton can't play. So you're going to get a good value on that. And you don't know what he's going to do. Score, rebound, assist. He's going to do something. Someone said on NBA Twitter, he's just one of those white hoopers who runs that second unit like the Navy. You know? And they respect it. And good God, do they love him in Indiana. They're a little extra in Indiana, if you get what I mean.
Cultural gap.
Yeah, it is. Big time.
That being said, will the Thunder close them out? Probably. Now that I lost this parlay, I don't give a shit. I hope the Pacers win. But again, 6 points is still too much. I don't care if Halliburton is banged up. Pacers at home, off 2 losses. This will be, I doubt they will not cover for the 3rd time in a row. The Thunder are what? 1-7 on the road against the spread. And that 1 win was the last game where that was a joke of a bad beat because Benedict Mathurin missed like 5 free throws. All of a sudden he became Nick Anderson. He was bad free throws last game too. I had his over and oh my God. I don't care. I'm going back to him. I can't quit you, Ben Mathurin. Matter of fact, over 10.5 points. Bomb that. Because he does shoot. He is not passing the ball. Tell you what you don't do is play an over assist on Mathurin. That's not happening. You can just hope he gets the points. Game 4. Was it game 4 or game 3 when he led the game in points? I actually bet that on mybookie.ag. But those bastards limited me to a $2.77 bet. It was 150 to 1. I mean, I hit it, ship it, but it felt like a loss. But it wasn't. I actually needed it. Anyway. So we're going to go Benedict Mathurin over 10.5 points. McConnell, 18.5 PAR. I'm tailing that. I'm tailing rhythm. Kenrick Williams over half of assist. I love a thing where it's just one thing to do. And Pascal Siakam over in 21.5 points a game. Carlisle said it before last game that we have to run everything through Siakam. He has to touch the ball in every possession. And that's exactly what happened. And he had a huge number. I don't see how they're going to stop him again. Now, the Thunder probably will. They might close it out in a tight game, but there's value on the money line. They're at plus 207, I think, right now. But I'll definitely take the points from plus 6 with the Pacers just because, hey, they play great at home, and they're great off a loss, even though they got blown out last game. John says McConnell reminds him of Aaron Kraft. Very similar. Every school has a solid white point guard, solid, strong white point guard. I remember when Syracuse finally won the national championship with Carmelo Anthony, but they had McNamara, point guard. They finally got themselves a McNamara. And Coach K said that to him. Coach K goes to Boeheim, you finally got yourself, you've never had a point guard like this. I mean, how could you couldn't code language even anymore. What do you mean like this? Not your Sherman Douglases of the worlds. You need someone who knows how many timeouts you have. All right, Coach K. He's a bad person too. But we get it. You mean white basket. You mean white guards. Basically the team of Hoosiers out. But you can't have a team of Hoosiers. But you do need one out there. Then you need actual basketball players.
Coach, need one more. My team's on the floor.
So that'll do it for that. So we'll take the Pacers plus the points, all those props. Good luck to that. If the Thunder win. I do want the Thunder. I still want the Thunder to win the championship because I owe them that for the ride for $20 for winning the West. I'm proud of them. I was in on them pretty early, and I feel like I'm a part of it. I have a Thunder hat. All right, let's talk a little golf bombs before we get into the box. What do you say? That's right. Now I'm Scumbagger Vance time. It's time to shoot and putt. Like I said, the Travers Championship is this week. It's in Cromwell, Connecticut. I like to call it Hartford. That's what it used to be, the Hartford Insurance Open. Speaking of the whale tail, the Farmers Insurance, or not Farmers, the Travers Insurance, the big umbrella. Hartford is the insurance capital of the country. Do you know that? Very dull, very dull. I have a lot of family in Hartford, including the great legendary Uncle Kevin. Let me try to play it.
How about them Giants, baby? Huh? You bet your ass.
That's an old Kevin. We'll talk to Kevin. I'm trying to get Kevin to come out to Vegas, actually, over past Christmas, because the Giants play the Raiders week 17. And getting him to do anything is kind of hard, so we'll see. I planted a seed, at least. That's all I can do. Anyway, all right, let's talk this Travers Championship. And then we'll get into the box, although I don't really have much to talk about in the box. So, Scotty, let's take a look at the odds real quick. Scheffler's playing. He's at plus 365. Again, unbettable. Then you have Colin Morikawa at 16-1. Rory McIlroy at 17-1. There's no way we're playing Rory McIlroy. Matter of fact, if there's any matchups you see against Rory McIlroy, I'll probably be on that. If he couldn't get himself up for the U.S. Open, why is he going to give a shit about the Travers Championship? I believe, now he did finish 3 under in his last round, but his quotes have been very unsettling. The British Open's coming up, and it's in Northern Ireland. I bet he does rally himself for that. I will come back with him on that, although he's already at a short number. But yeah, here, although you never see him at 17-1, but that's how out of shape. His irons haven't been that good. All right, I'll give you 3 matchups, 3 top 10s, and a couple winners. Another fades I like to do. I like to fade people who are down the stretch in that U.S. Open. Grueling U.S. Open. I like people that played well in it, but not too well. Then they played bad. You know what I mean? Basically, your Sam Burnses and your Adam Scotts. Those are 2 guys who were in the final pairing, who melted down, put everything they had into it. I don't see them bouncing back in Hartford. So 2 matchups I'm going to take. I'm going to take Jason Day over Adam Scott. Bomb that. And we'll take Keegan Bradley over Sam Burns. Bomb that. I know he's still waterlogged from those things. Those are my two big matchups, just because I'm fading the U.S. Open disaster golfers. All right, as we go down the board now for outright winners, Victor Hovland is somebody I like to get into. He's 20-1. Now, Victor Hovland was on one of the leaderboards. He is back. He is playing well. And yeah, Victor Hovland, he's the kind of guy that when the iron's hot, you got to strike. You got to strike with him because it can go away. And once it goes away, it's gone. So right now he's in a window where he's playing well and he's feeling good about himself. So, and I get it. It's like golf. You know, you play golf, you have that last shot on the last shot of the day that makes you come back. And then sometimes you come back and none of that. Well, I'll just do that every time and I'll be great again. And no, nothing carries over. No golf lesson carries over. Your driver's working, then you're not putting. Putting's working, now you can't chip. All that. But Hovland's got it together right now. So 20-1 at this field. And he's got course history with this. Good Pellegrins. I'll toss a little bomb at Victor Hovland. He was 35-1. Would have been a much better price. But I'll also take Hovland at 20-1. In my second play, which is more of a long shot, Cam Young. I mean, Cam Young's a guy I just can't quit. We gave him out at 9-1 to hit top 10. He hit that last week at the U.S. Open, and he's playing good. And when he's playing good, and he's another one, get in while you can. He's at 50-1, and he's always live. So we'll do 50-1, bomb him. Cam Young. Back that up with a top 10 play at 4-1. I like that as well. Plus 400 for Cam Young, top 10. Couple other top 10 plays I like to do. Kyle Markara, I like this week a lot, but I don't want to play him as a second favorite at 16-1 to win. I don't know. He can be frustrating. He's annoying. But he's playing better. He's just not putting. And usually when he misses putts, he comes back. His putting's very consistent, but I'm going to take his top 10 at plus 160 rather than his outright and try to shorten my card because, like I said, we're going to Vegas. So give me Kyle Markara, top 10 plus 160. A couple other ones I like. Russell Henley plus 330 and Maverick McNeely at plus 400. So those are 4 top 10s. I lied. 2 outrights, 4 top 10. Well, Cam Young is a winner and an outright. So Cam Young 50-1, Hovland 20-1. Top 10 Cam Young, top 10 Kyle Markara, top 10 McNeely, top 10 Henley. 2 matchups: Keegan over Burns, Day over Adam Scott. And that. This is Scumbagger Vance, and that's in the cup. That will do it for the Travelers Championship. All right. Thank you, everyone who is joining on the chat room. John says, is there any bombs for the College World Series? Now, follow your Noah Beatniks for that. I'm not going to, I'll bring in guests. I'm not just going to toss people out there. Although I did say whoever lost that LSU Arkansas first game to play that loser. And it was Arkansas. Then they came back and that guy threw that monster. Was it a 19 strikeout no-hitter? Incredible. So I do like Arkansas. I'll take a quick look at the odds, but I don't know. They're down to the Final Four now, so you're not going to get much. Not many bombs. You know me. I like to throw out some bombs out there. Let's take a look at this NCAA. You got Arkansas is minus 142 against LSU. They played today. Over's 11. I don't know. I think Arkansas wins the game. So if you want to lay to 140, go for it. Anyway, let's just do. Let's just get into the box, right? John Colovan wants to know, is that the music from Tin Cup? Yes, it is indeed. Music from Tin Cup. Good call on that. That's part of my Reeler's View choice of gambling. That's more of a gambling movie than people realize. It's a hustler movie. Anytime you get golf hustlers into it. Talk a little Reeler's choice. Tin Cup's one of those movies. That I'm not even sure if it's good or not, but I know I'm going to watch it. If it's on, I'm usually watching it. It's very watchable. First we got Costner, who's always great. He's like your dad. Costner's your dad. You just feel comfortable with him. Cheech is great. Don Johnson's great. Renee Russo. I still can't explain why Renee Russo was the thing, but she was the thing for a while, where she was starring in everything. God bless her. I'm sure she's great, but she always left a little off-putting to me. I wanted to get the one song, the Double Bogey Blues song. This is a golf soundtrack is hilarious. I got those Double Bogey Blues. I got $20 a skin and $10 in my pocket. I got 230 yards of water I got to carry. I got the Double Bogey Blues. I was going to play that one, but I don't want anyone suing me. Ronnie Pasco, who already suggested I fade the Mariners after the All-Star break. Shout out to his Mariners. Says he can already tell Happy Gilmore 2 is going to blow. I agree. I don't like to openly rip on things. Usually, I used to, that's how I've grown. I used to have no problem ripping on things I've never seen before or haven't seen yet. Used to be my calling card. Now, I don't say I give it a chance by watching it, but I've grown by saying, you know what, I'm just not going to rip on it. I'm just going to say whatever. If you enjoy it, go enjoy it. But I tell you this, yeah, it is a minus 850 bet line that Happy Gilmore 2 will be terrible. It'll be just like the new Beverly Hills Cop, all that stuff. It's just going to be, rehashed, the old jokes, the whole thing. And to be honest with you, Happy Gilmore 1, I liked it, classic. But a lot of that classic is we were younger when we watched it. I'll say that. I mean, I love Billy Bass. I love Happy Gilmore. And then after that, I really I don't really join on board on the Sando movies. And then people tell me, I think it's just because I got older. I mean, I don't know if Click is just as bad or Chuck and Larry is any better or worse than Happy Gilmore. I don't know. But I know I was older. Although I remember even watching Waterboy and like saying, I don't know, I don't like the direction these movies are going. But God bless Adam Sandler for getting a lifetime contract with Netflix, apparently, or wherever the hell he's gone. John says it's got Sydney Sweeney in it, so the visual should be solid. Sydney Sweeney, is she the one selling her like bathwater? Oh my God. That's amazing. Sydney Sweeney, hot to trot. She's an it girl. You know what's interesting? Sydney Sweeney and Sabrina Carpenter are very similar as far as their, sexual personification, if you will. Pinup, little blondies. They're very similar that way. But one guys just aren't into, but the gays are into. Gays and women like Sabrina Carpenter and guys like Sydney Sweeney. It's hard. I don't know. Maybe it should be researched. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Maybe because it's the songs, whatever. Anyway, period. Doesn't matter. Longest Yard was his last good one. No, and I tell you what, much like Tin Cup, I mean, I'll watch a Sandler movie. It's very watchable, very bright colors and all that stuff. And yeah, Longest Yard's good. He puts himself in fun situations, and I'm obviously jealous of him. He's like the Michael Caine of comedy, Adam Sandler. He picks scripts and does movies for wherever he wants to vacation at. 50 First Dates? Yeah, I'll go fucking hook up with Drew Barrymore in Hawaii for a couple months. Sure. Michael Caine used to do that where he's like, wherever they're shooting, that's where I base my movie. I don't even read the script. Where are you at? The Bahamas? I'll do Jaws 4. Sounds great. Michael Caine didn't accept his Oscar because he was shooting Jaws 4. Couldn't be there for that. Hilarious. I love people like that. They know because they get it. They get it. Fuck these movies. Who cares about the movies? Where are you going to pay for me for vacation?
Finally, Big Earn is above the law. It's a great.
Oh man. Feach said here someone calls Sabrina Carpenter the Jason Tatum of pop stars. I like that. Solid numbers, huge numbers. We just can't get there as far as being the face of the league. How about Bill Simmons? Speaking of sports media, he tweeted out, can we ban face of the league conversations? Just ban. I'm so sick of face of the league. You're talking about you, right? I like when these people just remove themselves. ESPN does that a lot too. We're like, I'm sick of the narrative. You are the narrative. You created the narrative. This Angel Reese, Caitlin thing. 80% of your shows are talking about it. Then you have one show that says, I'm sick of hearing about it. It's coming from inside the house. The phone call is coming from inside the house.
It's bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
It's usually on the middle of the night. Can we not talk about the racial tension between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, ESPN executives?
That's not the answer.
Yeah, think of a different angle. Anyway, Yeah, like I said, I didn't really have much to talk about in the box. I'm glad the comments drove it for me. You guys were great. So that is going to wrap it up for the show. I will put out a bonus episode on Friday of $20 at 20 million. So make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs podcast on Spotify or iTunes to get that. You have to be subscribed for that. And it's not just the clips I throw in there. I actually do an actual new audio recording, and I don't remember the one I put out last. I know I labeled it wrong. It was after the Game 4 win. I was very happy. That turned around real quickly. I love how that Stanley Cup went from is this the best Stanley Cup series ever? To that might have been the worst series ever. Not the worst series ever, but it fell flat after Game 4. Anyway, thank you everyone who did join the chat. John, you guys all know who you are. Ronnie, all the C-generates. Ken Hatt with some good comments in there. Don't tell football what we did. Channing Brown, of course. Yeah, everyone knows who they are. Make sure you follow me, all that. After this show, I will be joining Sean and Ryan on the main show. Last Monday, we did Defensive Player of the Year odds. Now we're doing Offensive Player of the Year odds. Always fun to be in with them. And then that's happening in about an hour and a half from now. If you want to listen live or listen on the main tunes. Anyway, here I am blabbering around again, not knowing how to end the show. Ronnie Pascal, I agree. He says Uncle Kev to Vegas has to happen. Not only that, Uncle Kev to Vegas has to happen. And I want him to stay at the Circa. He will, and he's a guy who will do this. Vietnam veteran. He will do that zip line on Fremont Street or whatever, that takes the glide, that makes you glide all over. He loves doing shit like that. He wanted to do it last time he was there. He said, I went to sign up, and then the kid was like, give me your social security number. Social security number, pal. Nah, I just want to fly. Yeah, but in case you die. If I die, I die. You ain't getting nothing. So I said, forget it. All right, Uncle Kev. That's going to do that. Anyway, all right. I'll see you guys next week. Make sure you subscribe and then, follow me on the bombs. Just get in your cars and go home.
And I'll leave it at that.
And so will I.